a match with the Motor City Machine Guns and the North, and I just feel like FTR are gonna pop up in there somehow.
Hi,
and I am here for it.
Fucking imagine. Stop, old school.
So my
Stop.
prediction
It's like
is
you're mentioning some kind of inter-promotional fuck fest of some sorts.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, you're getting me excited here.
I like it, but the thing is, you have to think about. We've talked about the Impact Women's roster being one of the top rosters, right, in professional wrestling.
Yep.
Them coming into AEW, which is what they needed. That's going to be interesting to see. But also remember, folks, as I said, Triple H was asked this question recently because of this. Is he willing to do business with other promotions? Business talks. They're willing to game to. This is Game of Thrones. And AEW being very smart and understanding that it's going to take a community.
AEW, that's a great point, JP. It's going to take a community to take down the Giant. Right? And honestly,
the alliance to end Hulkamania.
I don't think the goal is to end the Giant. Like, I don't think wrestling is better off ending WWE. I just think that presenting some equality in the playing field, right, if you will.
It's not so much to end them as it is to compete with them.
Right, like on a closer level.
Right.
Right. So I think that this is genius, not because of that. This is genius because it helps expand the wrestling base.
Vince don't share, JJ.
Buzz, right? You've got this company that's working with Shaq now, right? Who works with the NBA and is a tremendous like babyface in his own life in the way he carries himself.
And it's tied to 150 companies.
Yes. Right? So like
which is
business-wise,
crazy.
bam, eyeballs, bam.
He's the face of Papa John's.
You do this while you're also like running this inter-promotional fuck fest, if you will, right, Vic? So you've got like Thunder Rosa coming over with NWA and their friendships that they've had, and now you've got, son, this is exciting to see. And when's the last time we've really ever been excited about wrestling like this? Think about that. We haven't had surprises in a very long time. And here we are. We're talking about interpromotional shit. Like even Triple H had to address it because that shit is real. Let me tell you a little history lesson, my friends, about the War of Spanish Succession. And the War of Spanish Succession, the French throne tried to
know how to
with
do
the
this.
Spanish throne. And when they did that, all of Europe came down on them, right? Basically fucking their whole shit up. That ruined France forever. France from being number one. And it made Great Britain on pace to be number one, right? Here it is. This is the War of Spanish Succession. If we can get these thrones to unite, we can get AEW and Impact and NWA and start building a larger playing field that way. That's how you win. It's fragile, right? Shit could get all fucked up. We got NJPW in the mix, right? Moxley, is he going to Wrestle Kingdom? Is he not going to Wrestle Kingdom? Right? That's all up in the air. So all of
Renee's
that.
pregnant.
Like, think about, even like absent of Renee being pregnant, right? Tony Khan said he's not going to go to NJPW. He said he's not. Now, storyline, Moxley could be like, fuck you, I'm going if you don't do something about your EVP fucking me on this title match. Right?
Fact.
And he could just, bam, I'm doing it anyway.
Or
Moxley, suck it.
Or you have Kenta, who has the title shot against Moxley, take a plane ride over to Jacksonville and show up on Dynamite saying, if you're going to duck me, I'm going to come find you.
That's a lot harder than you think to be able to pull that off these days.
Is it?
These days.
With international flights being canceled still and all that.
Well, I mean, listen, it's going to be a 2-week delay, but it can happen.
I'm all for it, man. I'm here for this, man. This collaboration of the promotions. Yo, they're gonna need something to draw attention. And to be honest, it's money. It's all gold, man. We're winning here. We're gonna be the winners out of all this shit.
I have to give credit to All Elite Wrestling for really being willing
by
to
their
take
government?
risks and fail.
Call
Right,
by this
like
government, man.
I feel like they're making moves that the E would never make
TM.
because it's too they're conservative, right? And AEW is kind of like, yo, we're in here. Why not? Let's give it a shot. Don't work. Let's go another route, right?
So
and thus far, it's working.
The difference I think that you'll see, the E does work with promotions, and I think that's something people either don't realize or they choose to ignore. Like
I choose to ignore it willfully.
There's a handful of promotions in Europe that they work with. They worked with Evolve, but I think they work with them to the point of, all right, sooner or later we'll pull the trigger and we'll buy them, like they did with Evolve.
AEW,
I figure at some point Progress will become NXT. I mean, it already is NXT UK, really, but
it makes sense. It makes sense. Hunter said it himself. They're in the long game, the long run business.
Not only that,
but AEW is doing partnerships. They're not looking to conquer.
But remember also that the E also has talent from all over coming as extras and stuff like that. That's always been something they've done. This is why if you go on social media, any up and coming stars, you'll see pictures. They've been invited at some point to NXT or to WWE if they've made some noise, so they can get a feel of what it's like. And that's smart because that's planting seeds, right? And also giving exposure of what the feel is like for the bigger stage, right? So yes, the E definitely does that. But like you said, old school, we're talking about partnerships,
right?
Between two promotions, right? That's a whole different situation.
Right.
And now we haven't seen this before. We saw this recently with NJPW and Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah.
That didn't go so well.
That didn't go so well.
Well,
they had bangers back in the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say we say it based on the Super Show, right? But before that, they had a very long-standing relationship, and they were able to perform bangers through that.
Right.
Eventually, it got to the point where I think what happened was when ROH started to realize that New Japan, it's no longer a partnership of, hey, whenever we come here, we'll work with you, and whenever you come over there, you work with us. When they realize, hey, you guys are coming here and trying to get in on our turf, that's when we had this lackluster event. It could be something we see with AEW, right? Like we're talking a lot of stuff, but right now Impact is all Canada, right? It's not like they're anywhere else. Right. And AEW is down south. So what happens when these two actually come into play, when they overlap each other?
I think they both. Obviously, I think Impact has the most to gain from this collaboration.
For sure.
I want to talk about that. Yeah, who's got the most to gain from this?
I think like Impact because I would argue that Impact has so much talent on the roster. This would be an excellent opportunity for exposure. It's specifically in the areas that AEW is lacking, right? And we're talking specifically the women's division.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You put somebody like Jordan Grace on there, Deanna Purrazzo. Come on now.
Yo,
like, Taya Valkyrie, who right now doesn't have much going on in Impact. You put Taya Valkyrie in there with the dentist, bro. Like,
nah, I don't want to see Taya Valkyrie.
I didn't even think of the knockouts,
I'm just saying, who needs the most help?
Rosa and Taya Valkyrie.
Yes.
I want to see that match. Has that match ever happened?
Again?
I think that happened in Lucha. Yeah.
Lucha Underground, I think.
I gotta go back and watch it. I didn't see it.
That might be fun.
But I feel like, you know what, it might have...
Hold on. Can we grapple theater that?
Heck yeah. I'm down.
Yo, stay tuned.
Thunder Rosa, Taya Valkyrie. But that's a great matchup, right? You said Britt Baker and Taya. I don't know.
I was thinking of who needs the most help right now in AEW, right?
The women's division. By hands down.
But as far as like performers in the women's division, I thought Britt Baker immediately. I don't know.
Jordan Grace has a thread of her dream matches between Impact and AEW. So I'm gonna pick that up. Yes.
Really?
I didn't think of that now, cause that's a hell of a point, JP. That women's division now saved. I think
but is it like WWE and ECW? Oh.
First one.
What, like overlapping?
Abaddon versus Su Yung.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
nice matchup. What?
That's a nice match.
That's like a turn on that you feel weird about afterwards.
Young Bucks versus the North.
Yeah.
Yeah. FTR the North as well.
Wardlow versus Rhino.
Yeah, I guess.
Wardlow versus Rhino, you said?
MJF.
Yeah. You said versus Rhino?
Yeah. All right. Big Swole versus Tasha Steelz.
That'd be a banger.
Like that.
Orange Cassidy versus Johnny Swinger.
Oh, I can see that. That'd be funny.
Serena D versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
Okay.
Joey Janela versus Chris Bay. Our boy Chris Bay shooting it.
Hey. Janela and Chris
Yo,
Bay.
what about Janela and Cassidy?
Okay. How about just Bay and fucking and this guy from SCU
Scorpio.
That would be a banger.
We got Janela is an AW. How about Callahan versus the coffin dude?
Undertaker?
Darby
Allin.
I don't know about that. I feel like that's a slaughter.
I'd like to see Archer and Callahan go at it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'd like to see Eddie Edwards go against Archer. Just for that, like, crazy guy who thinks he's super tough versus a monster.
I hate that.
It'd probably be more like a Crash Holly situation, but I think I'd still be amused by it.
How about Darby and TJP?
Ooh, that's nice. That would be nice. How about Moose versus Luke Harper?
Yeah. Luke Harper is definitely
Brody Lee.
Fucking fight.
Brody Lee.
Awesome
yes,
fuck.
Sir.
That guy.
Jesus.
How about Jeff Cobb? Where's Jeff Cobb at? Is Jeff
Shit,
Cobb still
I
free?
forgot about that.
Jeff Cobb's NJPW now, isn't he?
NJ, yeah.
So let's bring others into this. How great would a Jeff Cobb, Wardlow, and or Rusev / Miro be?
Oh.
And you had me at Jeff Cobb and Wardlow already.
And
Orange and TJP.
And I raise you an unrestricted Big E Langston coming out.
Oh my god!
Since we can throw anybody in there.
That's nice.
Oh.
I'll throw in my autograph card.
What about a Leo Rush versus Chris Bay?
Leo Rush.
What? Leo Rush it is now in
NJP.
MLW.
NJP.
He's doing MLW, NJPW. He's doing the.
Is he doing Janela stuff too? He's working with Janela a lot.
Or ACH.
Oh, ACH. I mean, he has some, he needs to still be disappeared for a while. But what this all makes me realize is how excited I am for this weekend, because this weekend we get to have the blessing of another potentially phenomenal War Games.
Oh, War Games!
And
said
we're talking about how Impact Wrestling can really help drive AEW's women's division, right? Because of their roster. We have a wonderful War Game set up in the women's division in NXT. The teams are great, guys. Like, there's about to be magic happening. And I'm not just talking about what you saw on the Twitter sphere about Shotzi Blackheart this week. I'm talking about the match that's going to take place, the advantage that they have in the match.
Can we talk about that? That
was a pop of the week.
I certainly popped.
Pop. Go pop.
You don't know what we're talking about.
We have for you folks. I gotta go.
Didn't have a thing before. Good Lord, no. Trip Cassidy, we love you. I'm sorry. But guys, I love War Games. I think War Games is the best way to settle any blood feud, any like group activity that got wrong, right? Like if I had
any group project that ended poorly.
I set up a War Games of projects. You know what I mean? Like, figure it out.
This orgy really pissed me off.
But we have women in NXT about to go at it. What if you were to throw the women from other promotions into this War Games? What 4 women would you throw in there? Talk to me about Impact. Talk to me about AEW.
Can they come from anywhere, or they like specific?
Come from anywhere.
I need 4 from one promotion. It gotta be from a promotion.
They gotta be from one promotion.
The team has to represent the promotion, right?
Gotcha.
Yes, I need a team. I need a team for the promotion. You bring it to the table.
Don't start double dipping and take Taya and put her in the same ring with Candice LeRae now and shit. Those days are over.
Nah, I wouldn't even put Candice LeRae in this War Games, baby.
Okay, so wait. So let's be respectful and let's start with NXT. Who are the 4 women that should be there for NXT? Because we have 8 in this match. Who are the 4?
Candice LeRae has to be in that match, I think.
Dakota Kai.
No.
These are hella performers. Listen, you need your Shawn Michaels in these type of matches. And these are what these 2 women in particular are. They're hella performers. That's 3.
And Raquel. You need a Haas. You need a Haas.
You need Rhea Ripley.
You need a Haas. You put Rhea Ripley. You put Rhea Ripley if you need a Haas.
For sure.
I think Raquel is more of a beast.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she's there yet.
I mean, to be honest,
she's
kind
of
like the untold joke, right? Like the when they say Haas now, technically they mean wrestler that isn't too athletic, right?
No, I always take it to mean a powerhouse.
Right? No, I know.
Like
but I'm just saying technically, by definition, right? Right.
Yo, but Jordan. Oh, well, I was like, Jordan Grace is on my team. Jordan Grace is on my team. That's my pick.
I mean, the only name that feels wrong to leave out of this contribution is Toni Storm.
Yeah.
But I have to leave her out based on the lack of what we've seen this year, right? So if I had to pick those 4, I think those 4 are great. Rhea Ripley, you have Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai. Those are 4 women right there that pretty high mantle. Who you got? Are we including Raw and SmackDown?
Let's do it.
Nah.
So, Raw and SmackDown as one team. Let's put WWE as one
main roster team.
Yeah, 4 horses.
Yeah, the 4 horsewomen. So, that's it. We done here.
Yeah. Well, Becky's
done here, right?
She's not fucking wrestling tomorrow.
Let's make pretend she's
not. It's a fantasy booking.
It's a fantasy. Yeah.
All right.
I'm fantasy booking with all 4 horsewomen in my fantasy.
Where
have I said this before?
I would put Bianca Belair in Becky's place, but she's not there.
Nah, she's not on that tier for me to put them with those girls.
You're not gonna put Shayna Baszler inside a cage.
I think it's disrespectful to them.
She is the Lance Archer of women's division. Everyone dies.
Listen.
Everybody dies.
Max plays Size plays a role in this match.
I won't allow Lance Archer slander in this situation. I didn't know where you were going.
So what about
No, I would never disrespect Lance like that. I'm just saying it's
you get murdered.
Just she's the Sid Vicious of War Games if we were to put her in.
Okay.
Like have you ever seen
his leg?
Not that part.
No. We're like he almost killed Brian Pillman by smacking his head into the cage and then dropping him.
Oh shit, my bad.
Do you know why he almost killed Brian Pillman? Because he's 5'4", soaking wet with a bag of bricks on his head, bro.
Yo, why has he got a bag of bricks on his head? How about fucking Jeff Hardy? How about Jeff Hardy dying? He's just like, I'm gonna swanton this steel step.
Folks, call me the wrestling world's Walter McCallum, bro. Like,
what up, the wrestling
world? I told you this shit. When Matt got hurt the last time, I said this shit. We said it here, folks. We don't lie to you. We told him to stop. We said, Matt, stop. Stop. You got kids. You got Remy Sky.
That man's got a family.
He got a family.
And while we were on that subject, we said, "Yo, Jeff, why you at it? Stop, too. Stop. Everybody stop." And they don't listen. And look at what he didn't listen to the stands when he hit it either.
And he wasn't listening to much, my guy.
He trying to keep it true to his theme song, the no more words, because he won't be able to say them after you get caught in the brainstem like that. You can't say nothing.
Jeff has to stop being a high flyer,
wipe your own
bro.
ass.
He needs to turn into Tommy Dreamer.
Those motherfuckers need to be careful. They don't get into a position where they can't wipe their own ass. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Oh no, you said he's gonna become? Is he this generation's Dynamite Kid?
Oh my God.
Where he's gonna wrestle himself into a wheelchair in an estate house?
I don't know. Oh man, damn! Don't put that in the universe.
Yo, you heard about Jimmy Rave? He had his arm amputated.
Oh,
crazy,
man. Yes, man.
Dude, can I speak on Jimmy Rave for just a quick second? This is a guy who was an early part of ROH, was an amazing wrestler. I thought he did great in TNA. I wish they had done more with him. Once again, it's one of those deals where because of his size, like had he come like 5-6 years down the line, he'd be a star.
Facts. Was ahead of his time.
But he's also the guy that this generation looks up to and took advice from. So I think there's definitely roles for him in the back.
For sure.
It's sad that it ended the way it did, but
yes.
But he's still alive,
man.
folks. He's still alive.
Love, man.
Listen, it's an appendage. He's still alive. That's the biggest,
Yes.
His life has changed forever, but he's still here with us, right? And what we talked about before, as far as gratitude and having appreciation for what we still have in front of us, that's one of those examples, right? It could have been a story where we lost him.
Yep.
And that's not the case yet. He's still here. He can still leave an impact in his business. He can still leave an impact in this world. So he's still good. He's blessed, folks. He's blessed.
Yo, JP with the baby face promo, yo.
I'm just saying, because listen, it wasn't Matt's fault, JJ, that he got hurt. I know it was Sammy's fault. My point is, he should stop. He's got 3 boys.
He old enough to know not to put himself up there.
He should be focused in the next 18 years in training those 3 boys to be the next faction. That's what he should be focused on.
They're already doing that, man.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't be taking bumps. Stop it. Like, I'm afraid we're going to continue losing brilliant minds because we can't find alternative ways to utilize their talent.
Did we find
we
figure out the women's thing?
Yeah,
what's
doing that? The women's division?
Because I got
Impact.
Because I got these Impact women, yo. You got Jordan Grace.
Up?
I'm putting Tennille Dashwood. I've been thinking about Tennille Dashwood this whole time. Like,
yo, but it has nothing to do with her wrestling.
Yeah, I feel like that's not wrestling.
Doesn't matter. Listen, I've been thinking about Tennille Dashwood this whole time. She needs to be selected, and that's that.
Yeah, Deanna. Taya.
Deanna. Okay, Deanna.
Go. Because I know Taya can go. It's Tennille
No.
Give me somebody else. Too young?
Fine. Too young, yeah.
Rosemary.
That's a veteran, a wily veteran.
She like to take care of the women's division.
Havoc,
Death Machine.
Havoc.
Remember,
Yes.
this is a cage, folks. It's a war game. You need
size. You can have Rhea Ripley in there.
Having size in team pays dividends. But Jordan Grace's size.
What happened? Old school. What the fuck were you gonna say, bro?
No, I'm trying to think. Like, can I do a Team NWA even though none of them are there anymore?
Yeah,
they're all
by all means.
They're all like AEW probably by now. But Thunder Rosa, Sienna or Allison Kay, Marty Bell.
Yep.
And then she's supposedly going to the E, though no one has seen her in like a couple of months now. Melina.
Isn't that all of them?
That's their entire division. That's the order there. Oh no, they still got Camille.
They got. Yeah,
oh, you know what? Scratch Melina, put Camille in there.
Camille.
Powerhouse. And after placing in a bodybuilding competition.
Dios mío.
Nah, we can skip Camille.
No.
Hey, she's a powerhouse. She's the powerhouse.
Yeah, all right, cool. She looks like a powerhouse, but like, let's put.
She did a hell of a spear that one time that she came out and speared that girl.
When she speared Tim Storm.
But that was
just call Tim Storm a girl, by the way? The former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
She never said a word either because that was her gimmick.
Camille. That was her gimmick for like 7 months. 7 months.
And he said something, and then we never said something.
But no, you gotta remember, we didn't say who were the best 4 wrestlers you have. We said who are the four women you put in the team for War Games.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah, Camille could like go.
So you need a powerhouse. And Camille is that powerhouse for NWA, right? Cool.
Thunder Rosa is the powerhouse. She's a firecracker.
Thunder Rosa is the best wrestler.
I hear that.
She's the ace.
She's the shooter.
He is the ace.
Right?
So who's AEW?
What other promotions we got?
So we didn't. Then you took all of AEW's people. So I would have put Thunder Rosa on AEW. Right? Britt Baker, I guess.
Britt Baker, you have to put in there. Nia Rose.
Nia Rose, yeah.
I think that's all the promotions there.